Yo guys, it's midnight right now, to be specific 12:33, but what a better time to make a video than after midnight. So in this video I'm going to be teaching y'all about the power of hashtag or pound define. You can do cool stuff with it. So let's say define box length 6. And it's very important that you don't write a semicolon. Hashtag define box width 8. Hashtag define box height 10. Now here in main we can say and volume. I'll just put it on the same line. Volume is equal to box length times box width times box height. Printf, the volume of the box is %d\n volume. And the volume of the box is 480, and I'm going to trust that's right. So here's what happens. So whenever I want to run my program, I press the run button right here. So right before the compiler runs my code, it goes through it and says, oh, box length? Oh, that's 6. So I'm going to undo this later. So it changes box length to 6. And it goes, oh, box width? That's 8. And it changes it to 8. Box height? And it changes that to 10. So when the program actually runs, the compiler sees this. It's not going to see box length times box width times box height. It's going to see all these numbers. And that has useful applications down the road. Now, this is where it gets kind of bizarre. Hashtag define. Hello. Printf. Hello world! Exclamation mark. \n. So, something very important is that whenever you say hashtag define, the word or words you type should be all caps. That's very important. You can technically do them lowercase, but we make them uppercase so we know that they're not a function or just a regular variable. That way we know they were defined. And these things in specific are called macros, just to let y'all know. Macros. So here in my code I can just write hello, and it auto-corrected to that. So if I type hello and run, if it ever loads, hello world! Amazing! All I had to do was type the word hello and did all of that. So macros are useful because you don't have to type this out all the time. You can just go hello, 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 hello. No. Hello. And then when I run it, it does hello world 5 times. Hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world. And that can be useful. I'll just keep the one hello. We don't need that many hello worlds. Cool. Now, let's do some fancy schmancy stuff. Int a is equal to 5. Int b is equal to 4. And now, up here we can say hashtag define sum of x and y, and then x plus y. And then we can say int z is equal to sum of a comma b. And then printf, the sum of a and b is %d \n. that is not right. Why? Oh, forgot to add the z right there. The sum of a and b is 9. Okay, let's explain this. So, I say right here, when I type sum, I'm going to have two parentheses that are going to have two variables inside. And I want to add these two variables together. So when I said sum a, b, it's going to add them together because that's what I said they're going to do. So let's do another little example right here. Hashtag define diff of x and y. And then I want to get the difference. And I shouldn't have a semicolon. That's my bad. Print f the difference of a and b is here I'll just say diff ab. One. 5 minus 4 is 1. That worked out. And now here is a more fancy example. Hashtag define compare x comma y. Now here I'm going to put multiple lines of code on one line. You can't just start like typing stuff and then go to the next line. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, you have to type it all on one line when defining a macro. So if x is greater than y, printf a is greater than b. Wait, why did I say a and b here and x and y here? So here I said I want to compare two variables, and I said that those are x and y. So if x is greater than y, print a is greater than b. It's because down here my variables are called a and b. So when I print, I want to print a is greater than b. And I can say else if y is greater than x, print f b is greater than a. Then I can say else print f x equal y. Then down here, I can simply write the word compare. Oh, and a, b. A is greater than b. Is that true? Yes, 5 is greater than 4. And now just to make sure it really works, let's change a to 3. B is greater than a. Let's change a to 4. Oh, and I accidentally put x is equal to y. A is equal to b. Perfect. A is equal to b. It's amazing. Let me change it back to the way it was. And I want to do one final example. Let's make a function. Int add, int x, int y. Then down here, make a function. Int add, int x, int y. Return x plus y. Let's make sure this runs. Yeah, it's good. So now down here, I can write something. Let's make another macro up here. Hashtag define add, but all uppercase. And here we'll put print f the sum of a and b is %d \n add a b. Then here I'll just write add. Let's see what happens when I run the program. I forgot to skip a line somewhere. Where was it? Oh, it was right. It was in these statements. Whoop. The sum of A and B is 9. So, as I was explaining before the program runs, it's going to see this word add, and it's going to substitute add with all of this. It's going to basically paste that right here. With the compare one, though, is a bit more complicated because it doesn't legit paste if x is greater than y, because I don't have an x or y in my function, in my main function. It uses the x and y from right here. So yeah, this is how you use macros, and these can be very powerful tools, and they can be very convenient sometimes. And it just looks like you're smart if you use them. Looks fancy.